time for This Week in Clarksville. And now, here's your host, Stephanie Miller.
Welcome to This Week in Clarksville on this Thursday, December 1st. I'm your host, Stephanie Miller. Have you ever given any thought of the number of lights it takes to light up McGregor Park at Christmas? We'll have that answer for you, plus all the information that you need for this Saturday's Lighted Christmas Parade. And then we meet up with one of the recipients of proceeds from the Best of Clarksville. Finders Keepers, we sit down with one of the organizers to learn how this money will be used and how you can help Finders Keepers year-round. After that, we sit down with local photographer Tony Sintazzi to hear about the success of his recent fundraising event for the Empty Bowls Project. The Empty Bowls Project supports urban ministries, Loaves and Fishes, and the food initiative in our area. And then speaking of urban ministries, we travel to urban ministries this week to learn about their mission and how your donations and your dollars help them make a big difference in the lives of so many. But first, let's check in with reporter Sherry Reeves to see what's making the wrap in this week's edition of Main Street Clarksville.
This is the wrap for the December 1st edition of Main Street Clarksville. Clarksville police used social media this week to nab a bank robber. On Monday, they said William Marlowe, age 55 of Clarksville, demanded money from a teller at Regions Bank on Wilma Rudolph Boulevard. Police shared photos of Marlowe and the car he was driving and made the arrest on Tuesday. The owners of the food initiative in Clarksville have decided to cease operations at the end of this year and take a different direction with their farm. The nonprofit organization has been operating in Montgomery County for about 12 years now. Read about the work that was accomplished by Matthew and Regina Hampton through the years and what they next have planned for their farm. The Clarksville City Council is considering removing its funding of the Roxy Regional Theater on Franklin Street in the city's downtown. The move comes on the heels of complaints of a hostile work environment at the theater, with a focus on its director, Ryan Bowie. We'll find out this week what the city has planned. Clarksville Parks and Recreation hosted its annual Christmas on the Cumberland lighting ceremony at McGregor Park last week, where hundreds witnessed 1 million Christmas lights brought to life by the flip of a switch. Take a look at our photos of the crowds and Santa and Mrs. Claus who attended that annual event. And that's the wrap. I'm Sherry Reeves, Main Street, Clarksville.
Sherry, thank you. Coming up, what it takes to put up the Christmas light display here at McGregor Park and the information that you need for this weekend's Lighted Christmas Parade. Stay with us.
Here at the Journey Louis team with Benchmark Realty, we pride ourselves on the service that we provide our clients.
We believe in delivering a level of service that is above and beyond what is expected.
We don't cut corners and we are always available. We are committed to learning and continuously sharpening our skills.
We're social media experts, we're tech savvy, and we embrace change.
It is our unending desire to be our client's realtor for life. We are the Journey Louis team, leading you home.
As a busy mom juggling family, errands, and everything life throws at me, I try my best to be environmentally conscious. So of course, I buy flushable wipes thinking I'm doing the right thing. But it turns out flushable wipes aren't actually flushable. I found out the hard way when flushable wipes caused a clog and flooded my house with sewage. It ended up costing me thousands of dollars in damage and a big headache with the insurance company. It's safe to say our family will never flush a flushable wipe again, and instead put them where they belong, in the trash.
Welcome back to This Week in Clarksville. We have one person that you've seen many a times, Amanda Pitt, a couple of times now, but we also have Maggie house with us, both with Parks and Rec here in Clarksville. First off, ladies, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And this is their busy time of year, you guys. They are setting us up for success to have a lot of fun here in Clarksville. It's great to see the lights back on the trees down here at McGregor Park along the riverfront. First off, and either one of you can go on this, how's the setup been and when will it all be ready?
So every year the goal is to be ready by our grand opening. So it's always the Tuesday before Thanksgiving.
Okay.
So we start this process in September right after Riverfest, and it takes about 3 months to get it all put together.
So then you're watching this. So the lights have been up now for about a week and a half. So if you've noticed anything or if you haven't driven down here by the riverfront, you need to do so. It is absolutely, to me, a spectacular sight. I love that our city does what it does with Christmas and the lights down here. It just, I don't know, those feel good. That feel good, the feel good things, you know?
Yeah.
How many lights do you have down here?
So we have over 1 million lights.
Shut the front.
Over a million.
Over
Yeah.
a million. Yep.
That's insane. How many people do you have putting those up? For those who don't know.
So it takes our entire maintenance staff that we have here for all of the parks. So, gosh.
Probably 25 people,
More
a
than
staff
that,
of 25, 30 people working
Monday
very
through
hard,
Friday.
all out, full on, to get it all up and going.
And another joy of this is you and your family can come down to the park and enjoy like you all do throughout the year for free. You can come and walk or jog and run along the lights anytime you want during this time of year at no charge, which I think is absolutely beautiful.
I mean, this too is another opportunity to just create lasting memories.
As we move forward, you guys have really been working on the Christmas parade that we all
Yay.
love.
So excited.
Yep.
What updated details do you have for us?
Yeah, so the Christmas parade is co-sponsored by Montgomery County.
Okay.
And it's always such a fun parade that everyone loves. It's a lighted parade. So it is on Saturday, December 3rd.
Okay.
From 5, starts right at 5 o'clock downtown. So make sure you're there.
What is that saying? Be there or be square, because if you're not there, unfortunately, you're probably not going to get a spot because it is packed down here.
Yes.
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
cool too this year is we have a theme that goes on with all the floats that we require. So it's going to be Christmas movies. So this is kind of a fun thing for all the families to guess what kind of Christmas movies that each of the floats are doing.
How cute is that? 5 o'clock, be here, but you're going to want to start getting down here at what time?
So we are starting to close down the streets at noon. So around, I would say 3 o'clock.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, it gets
Stake
pretty
out your
busy.
spot.
Yeah.
So
It
order
does.
some pizza and put it in the car with you and
There
get
you
your
go.
spot and get
Yes.
ready.
Yep.
You know, some parades, they have candy being thrown out. Is that something that people can do?
So we are allowing candy this year,
Okay.
but the floats, we're not throwing candy. We're going to be giving them to all the kids and the families.
Yeah,
so.
we're going to be handing that candy out just because it's a nighttime parade, and we want to reduce any chance of kids running out into the street.
Safety first.
Safety
That's all we're all
first.
about.
So we want to make sure that it's absolutely safe for the kids and their families who are down here.
Always. Such a
Yep.
beautiful thing. Is there anything that we haven't highlighted yet that we need to know about the parade? Again, this would be that Thursday before, so the parade's right here on us this Saturday. Next week, we're going to talk to the lovely ladies about the Christmas lights run, which is December 10th. Am I right?
Yep.
Yes. On December 10th. And if you haven't had a chance to run that, you might want to, because it's great to lace up those sneakers at night, run through downtown Clarksville, and then you end out, and I believe, did you guys have hot cocoa last year? Am I remembering correctly?
We did, yes.
That's
what we're trying to do for all of our holiday events that we have. Because we know hot cocoa brings warmth to all of the season.
Absolutely
So.
love it. Well, Maggie, Amanda, thank you both so much. Stick with us. We have more coming up here on This Week in Clarksville when we come back.
The West Group at Southwest Funding has a combined 29 plus years of experience in the local mortgage market. It's our top priority to make sure the client is well informed and has a transparent loan process. Our focus is to make your journey to home ownership as seamless as possible. Once you close with the West Group, you are family for life. To become part of the happy West Group family of clients, call 931-266-0013 or visit us at thewestgroupswf.com.
Okay, what was our favorite part of the chapter?
Well, first, has anyone seen Chris?
You know, she was just in the bathroom. Guys, it's Rooms for Less.
So what about the chair?
Yeah, rooms for less. I mean, I love it too. Love it. I just got it. It's amazing. All right, book club at Rooms for Less next week.
Welcome back to This Week in Clarksville. I have one of the recipients of funds that was raised during Best of Clarksville this year. I have Finders Keepers. I have Laura Lee Childers with me. She is oversees Finders Keepers.
Yes.
First off, Laura Lee, thank you for what you do.
Thank you. We were honored to be part of Best of Clarksville this year, so it's been a big game changer for us.
I can imagine that it would be. So before we get into what this is going to do for you, and again, the money raised through Best of Clarksville, you guys did an amazing job because you're helping out some nonprofits that really need it. Tell me about Finders Keepers. This has been up and going for 2 years now.
Yes, crazy thing, you know, us crazy cat ladies start a rescue during a pandemic. But myself and my co-founder were both military spouses, and we got really tired of seeing all of the found kittens and found cats just in our neighborhood alone. So I had fostered with previous organizations. She had a half dozen cats at the time. It's kind of doubled since then. But we decided to start our own rescue. And with mainly focusing on our neighborhood here. And of course, cats in Clarksville and Montgomery County in general are just everywhere. So it grew a little bit. We're still small. We like to stay small and mighty, just to allow us to balance our full-time jobs as well as running rescues out of our home and giving these cats and our foster parents the attention that they need.
So some keywords right there: rescues out of their home. So video of what you're seeing now, just a few of the cats here that Laura Lee is taking care of. Currently on this day, you have 23.
Yes, 6 are mine.
Okay, 6 are yours.
6 are mine. The rest are all fosters. 3 of them will be going to PetSmart Hopkinsville that have some kennels available for us to get some additional exposure. But then the rest, there's about 18 foster cats. Wow. Or not 18, math is hard, even though you've had coffee. 14 foster cats that will be still here at the house waiting to get their temperament right for adoption, or just waiting for their forever home to come along.
So, and there's a process when it comes to being a foster. So what do you have to go through? And also with that, the money that you did receive that's going to help, how does that help you out?
Yes, so the process for being a foster, we of course have an application, but the rescue covers everything. The supplies that you might need, food, litter, toys, crates and cages if you need them. We can help with arranging the transportation to medical appointments and things like that. We cover the spay-neuter vaccines and any other medical treatment that those animals may need. And when you specialize in stray cats off the street, you never know what you're going to get.
Very true.
So we just need homes and places to put them to allow those cats to really show their true personality. And that's what foster rescues are great at compared to, you see an animal at the shelter. Wherever you want to adopt your cat from is great. Right. But we just are able to give a little bit more of a story and personality, having seen those cats thrive in our homes.
Is there a screening process for a foster who would like to come in and help?
Yes, we do. We have an application. We'll usually follow up with some additional questions, maybe a virtual tour of the home or visiting in person, just to make sure everything's all good to go, so we can assess the needs of what that foster home will also need from us. But then really good, if you say 2 cats are your limit, we'll have 2 cats fostered for you.
But that's 2 cats off of the main fosters who house anywhere between, somewhere in the teens to 20-something.
Yes. So even I just had a cat adopted last night, and 1 cat down makes a world of difference.
There is something you're not seeing, but there is like a whole cat room set up in like the bonus area.
Yes.
And the litter boxes.
Yes.
And the chairs, and this is literally the cat space. How do you keep that up? That is a lot of work.
It is a lot of work. A little bit every day, and then fortunately some volunteers with our rescue, other fosters, officers and members of the board, they'll come over and help do a deep clean every once in a while. I've asked for Christmas for my mom to come up because nobody can clean as good as your mom.
That's true.
So she's hopefully going to be able to come up after the holidays and truly help me catch up on some of my honey-do list. And
that's very sweet. And I have to say, Laura Lee offered me some coffee. She was like, well, you can't come in and not have a kitty cat mug to drink coffee out of. And delicious.
Absolutely.
So thank you
Thank
so much. The money that you're going to receive, it only goes so far.
Yes.
How can we continue to help you?
We have an Amazon wish list and a Chewy wish list. We actually have 2 Amazon lists. We've got one that covers the basics like food and litter, and we've got another one that's our enrichment items, so fun scratching posts and costumes and everything. And if you happen to buy one of those, we have little comments on there, like we'll do a personalized video of the animals using that. Thanks for your donation. But we can always use food and litter. I've got on the setup on the front porch, the cabinet supply is for the fosters to be able to come pick up as they need supplies, so we're not trying to run around all over town at the last minute to get everybody what they need. So.
And how do we find that wish list?
Yeah, it's on our Facebook page.
Okay.
Yeah, so if you go to Finders Keepers Cat Rescue on Facebook, you'll be able to find it. It should be in our bio section, and we do wish list Wednesdays pretty often. We're planning on, you can always donate directly on our Facebook page too, and through PayPal and Venmo.
Fantastic.
So all sorts of ways to keep the momentum going.
Momentum going all year round.
Yes, but we're super excited though. Had a great board meeting after receiving the donation from Best of Clarksville. So we've kind of decided on how we want to allocate some of that money. So we are looking forward to actually setting up a low-cost microchipping clinic for members of the community. So in talking to animal control, they say about 1 in 30 cats that come through actually have a microchip.
Just 1 in 30?
About 1 in 30 is the statistic that was quoted to me.
Well, and not all of those are just your street cats.
Correct. Wow. Yes. So being able to offer microchipping, it's normally about $20 to $30 at a vet or at the Humane Society clinic, and I know Animal Control offers the clinic as well. But with a lot of those, they want you to pay the office visit at your vet in addition to the microchipping. And so we, with the funds, were able to purchase a larger amount of microchips and be able to offer that hopefully at about a $10 cost as opposed to $20 or $30.
Make it a little easier.
Yep, and then the rescue will remain registered to that microchip for you too, so we can act as a third contact.
Nice.
Should that cat ever wind up at Animal Control and unable to reach the owners or something like that.
That is beautiful. That is such a wonderful thing to do. Oh, Laura Lee, that's amazing. So now if you want more information on Finders Keepers, head to their Facebook page. You see it right here on the bottom of your screen. That's coming up. So head there. You'll also be able to see the cats that are available.
Yes.
Thank you for sharing this with us. Thank you for sharing the information. And again, if you would like more, head to their Facebook page and reach out to Finders Keepers there. And if you'd like to make that donation, go to Amazon, find the information on the Facebook page, get one of those wish list items. That'd be beautiful.
That'd be wonderful. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Stick with us. We have more coming up here on This Week in Clarksville when we come back. In addition to Finders Keepers, other cat rescues include Perfect Paws Rescue, APSU Paws to Care, Ron and Wendy's Kitty Cat Adventure, and Cats Meow TNR. Thank you all for what you do for our local kitten and cat population.
Here at the Journey Louie team with Benchmark Realty, we pride ourselves on the service that we provide our clients.
We believe in delivering a level of service that is above and beyond what is expected.
We don't cut corners and we are always available. We are committed to learning and continuously sharpening our skills.
We're social media experts, we're tech savvy, and we embrace change.
It is our unending desire to be our client's realtor for life. We are the Journey Louie team, leading you home.
At Miss Lucille's, we go for apple pie. A place that feels like a home away from home. A comfortable place to bring your family from out of town. It's a place where great conversations are had. It's a place where you can shop 200 small businesses in one location. It's a place for you to shop for gifts for any occasion or just to treat yourself. Come on down to Miss Lucille's. You'll be glad you did.
As a busy mom juggling family, errands, and everything life throws at me, I try my best to be environmentally conscious. So of course, I buy flushable wipes thinking I'm doing the right thing. But it turns out flushable wipes aren't actually flushable. I found out the hard way when flushable wipes caused a clog and flooded my house with sewage. It ended up costing me thousands of dollars in damage and a big headache with the insurance company. It's safe to say our family will never flush a flushable wipe again, and instead put them where they belong, in the trash.
Welcome back to This Week in Clarksville. You know what time it is because it is our sports reporter right here, Brady McAtamney. It's time for a Sports Minute. Brady, what do you have for this week?
Yeah, so this week there's a lot of basketball going on, of course. We're here at Clarksville Academy. They're taking on 2 public school opponents this week, which is something they're trying to do a little bit more of right now, is kind of connect with those public schools.
Nice.
Tonight, it's Tuesday when we're recording this. They're playing West Creek. Tomorrow night, Wednesday, they're playing Clarksville High. So very exciting times for Clarksville Academy. They're really looking forward to playing a lot more public schools in the area. A lot of basketball all over. Every team is going to be active this week, so look for coverage on Main Street Clarksville and Main Street Preps. Also on Friday, or rather on Thursday, Kirkwood High School will be announcing their first ever high school football coach. Of course, their first season starts next year, so very exciting times for Kirkwood.
I would say so. Is that all you have for us this week?
Yeah, not much going on. Of course, last week, Turkey Day, so everyone had a couple days off. So, but of course, next week, going to be a lot more to talk about.
Very nice, short and sweet this week, Brady. Always happy to see you. Stick with us right here. We have more coming up on This Week in Clarksville after this.
The West Group at Southwest Funding has a combined 29 plus years of experience in the local mortgage market. It's our top priority to make sure the client is well informed and has a transparent loan process. Our focus is to make your journey to home ownership as seamless as possible. Once you close with the West Group, you are family for life. To become part of the happy West Group family of clients, call 931-266-0013 or visit us at thewestgroupswf.com.
I just love your living room set. Do you mind if I ask where you got it?
You're not gonna believe this, but Rooms for Less.
No way. I thought with the whole less thing.
No, not at all. The whole less is really more quality, more name brand, more selection.
Excuse me, one moment. Rooms for Less? Yes, I'm calling about a living room set. Great, I'm on my way.
Welcome back to This Week in Clarksville. I'm with someone, and I always say it's a familiar face, but this guy, he is a familiar face. He is all around town all the time. He is a local photographer, and you do quite a bit of work with your photography. I have Tony Santanzi with me right now. Tony, thank you so much.
Oh, it's my pleasure.
Oh, appreciate actually being able to sit down and chat with you because you had a recent event.
Yes.
Tell us a little bit about it and
So
the success.
on Small Business Saturday, we were at River City Clay downtown, and
Which is where we are now.
Yep, and we did a fundraiser for Empty Bowls, and featured my artwork.
And featuring his artwork, and I wish you could see, and I'm going to get some, you're going to see some video coming up of the artwork that Tony had here on hand. There's still a few pieces up on the wall. You see one right behind me, just a little bit. Doing this for Empty Bowls, what does that mean to you, especially for someone who is all around our community, and you really get to talk to just about everybody?
Yeah, for 12 years I've been working for newspapers and magazines and working with a lot of the businesses and nonprofits and things like that. And you get to know these folks and what they do, and some of them really stand out to me. So it was my pleasure to try to, I was talking to Ken Shipley. I wanted to do a show after I got back from my trip to Italy and Greece and Turkey. And he's been really involved with Empty Bowls since the beginning.
How long has Empty Bowls been going on now?
13 years, I think.
Wow.
Yeah. So he's got the new shop down here. It's a studio and gallery. And I told him what I was thinking. He said, we'd love to host you. And they're about to get started, hopefully, with participating in First Thursday Art Walk.
Which is a popular event for everyone.
Yeah, it's a great one, and it's expanding. It's growing in Clarksville. So we just thought it was a perfect opportunity. Small Business Saturday. Bring it all together and then kick off them. They're going to start participating now. It's beginning in December, the first Thursday in December.
Fantastic, which is today. This is December 1st, so you're seeing this. Again, you have the Art Walk coming up tonight, which will be highlighted at the very end of the show. I'll give you the times for the Art Walk, exactly where you can go and how you can mingle with your local small businesses here on Franklin, as well as some of the artists that are down here. Are you usually down here for the Art Walk?
Usually covering it.
Okay. Yes.
Yeah.
That's true.
See, I'm always behind the camera, so I never really share my artwork or this kind of thing. But I'm going to be the first artist here. So my show will be back up for December. here at River City Clay.
Fantastic. So tonight you can check out Meet Tony if you have not met him yet and get a feel and get a see of what he does, because you are spectacular with the camera.
Thank you.
You're very welcome.
I'm okay. I'm okay. And let me say this. There's a way to create art like museum quality art, and I kind of know how that works, but these are mostly, I took 4,000 images traveling with a bunch of non-photographers. So they were always going, come on, Tony, come on, trying to get me to keep up. But we walked about 7 miles a day all through Italy and Greece and part of Turkey. And these are just travel photographs.
What did it mean to you to see so many turn out for the event? And I asked that because you put it up on Facebook, you sold tickets, but you said that you saw a larger crowd than you expected. Yeah, I was hoping to sell 100 tickets and raise about $2,500 for the charity. We exceeded that, somewhere between 125 and 140, I think. Wow. But we also did a silent auction, and so we had great people in the community donating pieces to the silent auction, and then the sales, they just took off. That last week, we went from 30 or 40 sold to 100 online. And then we had more people, 25 or 30 people come in that night. And then people made some donations on top of it, and then did great with purchasing the items that were available on the silent auction. So that is huge. How does it, I mean, your heart is so big because this money is going back to some organizations here that really do need that money right now. Yeah, Empty Bowls, they contribute to Loaves and Fishes, Urban Ministries, and the Food Initiative. So they help a lot of people here in town. So one of those organizations, Urban Ministries, you'll hear from them right after the next commercial break. We'll be visiting with Urban Ministries to find out how these dollars will be used, or any donation dollars that they receive, how that will be used, and how your donations of clothing, food, where that goes and who that helps. So Tony, thank you so much for doing what you did, putting on that show, you guys, and of course here at River City Clay, for them as well for hosting you for the show. That was spectacular. Thank you. Yeah, to all the sponsors and everybody that came out and everybody that participated, thank you, because they made it all happen, and so I really appreciate that. Well, make sure that you come out tonight for the first art walk of the month, being, again, it's December 1st, it's a Thursday, and then hold off till the very end of the show because I will have the total amount that was raised from the event that will go to those 3 organizations for you. Again, that will be at the end of the show today. So Tony, once again, thank you so much. Always a pleasure. Stay with us. We'll hear from Urban Ministries when we come back.
Hey, I'm John, one of the family owners here at the City Forum. Some people think I'm great at the games and attractions here, but I'm not. I'm fantastic. Your mom might want to pick that up. Go low with 18 holes of mini golf. Channel your inner Ricky Bobby on the go-kart track. Play in Clarksville's only 7D motion theater. 10 lanes of family fun bowling. Don't forget about our big birthday party rooms. So come on out to the City Forum and try to beat some of my high scores.
Here at the Journey Louis team with Benchmark Realty, we pride ourselves on the service that we provide our clients.
We believe in delivering a level of service that is above and beyond what is expected.
We don't cut corners, and we are always available. We are committed to learning and continuously sharpening our skills.
We're social media experts, we're tech savvy, and we embrace change.
It is our unending desire to be our client's realtor for life. We are the Journey Louis team, leading you home.
Give it up. Where'd you get it?
Rooms for less.
Get out! You gotta be kidding me!
Have you ever noticed that the guys' voices get really high when they get excited? I haven't really noticed that before.
Oh yeah, you should see their selections of sofas and recliners. I mean, oh my gosh, I about lost my mind. I should take you there sometime. I mean, there's more stuff that I want to get. I can't believe you got all this from Rooms for Less.
Back to This Week in Clarksville. As we all know, it is the holiday season, so I am visiting with Urban Ministries here in Clarksville. I have Deborah Ashcraft with me to talk about Urban Ministries, what they provide. Many of us, we do know that they provide food assistance and clothing, but there's other services they also have that's available to those that need it. So I know you're busy this time of year.
thank you for carving out some time for us.
Thank you.
You are welcome. So Deborah, first off, tell us a little bit or explain to us what Urban Ministries is all about, things that we may not know.
So Urban Ministries provides emergency utility assistance to low to moderate income families. And the reason it's emergency is they're in danger of being cut off within 10 days. And once those clients get cut off, that increases their risk of becoming homeless. So we're trying to prevent homelessness because that is a huge issue, not only here in Montgomery County, but nationwide. So if they meet the income guidelines and they have all of the criteria, paperwork that they need, we can give them a voucher to take immediately to the utility company, which sets us apart from other agencies where you have to apply for assistance and wait.
Okay, so I guess my question is, like, at what point should someone reach out to you?
They should reach out to us within that 10-day time frame. That's when we're allowed to provide the assistance through our grantors. They can call and find out exactly what documents they need to bring in, and that speeds up the process. We don't want them to have to make multiple trips.
Gotcha. And these services, I mean, these are valuable services to individuals and families who desperately need it throughout the year. So not just December. So though we're here now in December, they need your help 12 months a year.
Yes. We do provide the utility assistance once every 12 months.
Okay.
And there is a limit of $100. So if they feel that they're going to not be able to pay that bill, they can look at other resources, and then when they get that down to that $100 time frame, call us and we can fill in that gap for them.
And speaking of calling Urban Ministries, you have the number that will come up at the bottom of your screen throughout this interview. So jot that down, make note of that, because if you know of someone or if you yourself need some help, don't hesitate to reach out.
Mm-hmm.
So being December, people coming in, they need a little extra. What about food and clothing?
So we have a very large food pantry, and it's stocked with USDA food that we get from Second Harvest Food Bank in Nashville. Mm-hmm. We also get a lot of food donated from churches and private organizations. So we can allow families or just a single person to get a food box every 30 days. And that has milk, meat, proteins, all those important nutritious items in it. And we try to make sure that our food boxes make sense so you can make a meal out of what we give you.
Very nice.
Yes. So.
And what about your clothing part of?
Clothing is available every day for people Monday through Friday between 8 and 12. And they can get up to 6 items per family member. Okay. And all of those items are donated from members in our community. So it's a blessing when they bring in a bag full of clothes, because we know that we're going to be able to help some more people.
So that kind of has me transitioning now over to those wanting to make those donations, dropping off clothes. Should they be gently used? Like, you want to have good, decent clothing coming in.
My rule of thumb is if you won't wear it, don't expect somebody else. You know, if it's got tears in it or stained, don't bring it here, because people in need still have dignity. So we do accept donations. Right now we're doing winter clothing because we are limited on space. Okay. Biggest need is men's clothes, the small and mediums, because of a lot of our homeless are just to the bone, and shoes.
What about other ways that we can donate? Our time, I know, is extremely valuable.
Volunteers are always important. We have various things. There's clothing sorters, there's people that work in the pantry. Front desk is a high demand. You get to interact with the people and get to know them, and you kind of build relationships. So that person that's at the front desk really has to have a good outgoing personality. But we need volunteers and items themselves. So clothing, food, monetary donations, so that if something comes up, we can go out and purchase it. Okay. Those are always ways people can help.
Okay. Good to know. So food, clothing, monetary donations, your time, incredibly valuable.
You know, our homeless, everybody looks at them as, you know, oh, they're panhandlers, you know, taking up our space, but every one of them has a story. And there's a reason why they're homeless, whether it's mental illness or something that they did. Everybody makes mistakes. So we have one gentleman in particular. All of my angels in my office came from him. And he calls us his angels. During COVID, he suffered a stroke. And he was in the hospital, and everybody was wondering where he was. Where is he? And we don't know. And one Friday during our shower up event that we had at the well, here he came. And I'm like, where have you been? He said, I've been in the hospital. They just released me and I got here. He said, because I knew you were here. And we put him up in a hotel for a week. And as soon as his time was up in the hotel, he came here and I didn't even recognize him because of the rest. He was clean and he had rested. They can't rest out on the street. So I do have a grant now that we're going to be able to put them up in this really cold weather for periods of time because they are vulnerable.
Bless you for getting that grant
Yes.
and for helping them that way. That's amazing. How many will you be able to help?
It depends. We're going to have to see how the temperatures go, and we've got some discounted rates at some hotels. So we're just going to wait and see how it goes, but I'm hoping to at least do 100 hotel nights.
Oh, that is so beautiful.
Yes.
Speaking of the homeless, and before we wrap up here, what about sleeping bags and blankets and those type of items?
Sleeping bags, we go through those so fast. Sleeping bags and the tents. Hot hands, hats, gloves. Those are always items we can use for our homeless. It gives them a little bit of shelter. We do have some churches that make the plastic bag mats for us, and those keep them up off the ground. So that's a nice touch, and I heard they take a lot of time to do. So we're very blessed when we get 30 or 40 of them. We know they've put some very long hours in.
Wow. Well, Deborah, is there anything that I haven't asked that you haven't shared yet that we'd like to highlight before we have?
Well, we are in the process of working with Madison Street United Methodist Church on their Christmas for Kids. And this program, it's not directly Urban Ministries, it's more the church. I help get it going for them. And we work with each of the schools that are in that low to moderate income range, and the guidance counselors pick children. So we're collecting toys, and this year we're trying to do more board games. Of course,
That's good for all ages.
Good for all ages. They go from, and it's all the children in the family. So if the child's not in school yet, we're still going to take care of them. So from ages 0 to 18, we're collecting toys. So the last day to bring toys here will be the 10th. They can be dropped off here. And gift cards are fine. We can purchase things that we might need last minute. But I think we're looking at 350 children this year that we're going to be helping.
And so you have until the 10th. So guys, you have, I want to say, a little over a week to get the board games here at Urban Ministries and gift cards to help out those kids. Again, 350 children that could really use it. And there's so many out there, but with this particular program, 350 kids that would love to see a board game or 2 or 3 maybe under the tree. Or, they're at home this year.
Yeah, these children otherwise won't have anything. There's lots of programs out there, and we all try to work together to make sure that there's not double dipping. Because there are so many people in need. The economy has made it really rough on parents this year. So.
And speaking of the organizations that are here to help, if you ever have a question of the need or the amount of people who need that help, reach out to them, because you guys are just full of information and you want to share it because you want to help as many as possible.
Yes, we partner with a lot of agencies like YAPACS and Loaves and Fishes. There's a Veterans Coalition, Operation Stand Down. There's so many organizations here in Clarksville, and we all have our unique things that we do. So the collaboration together really helps build a project.
Well, we can't thank you enough. I can't thank you guys enough for what you do. And many, many thanks to the other organizations that Deborah just highlighted. Thank you for your time, your energy, and just your perseverance to make sure everyone is helped. Thank you so much.
You.
I appreciate this. Stay here. We have more coming up on This Week in Clarksville after this.
The West Group at Southwest Funding has a combined 29 plus years of experience in the local mortgage market. It's our top priority to make sure the client is well informed and has a transparent loan process. Our focus is to make your journey to home ownership as seamless as possible. Once you close with the West Group, you are family for life. To become part of the Happy West Group family of clients, call 931-266-0013 or visit us at thewestgroupswf.com.
As a busy mom juggling family, errands, and everything life throws at me, I try my best to be environmentally conscious. So of course, I buy flushable wipes thinking I'm doing the right thing. But it turns out flushable wipes aren't actually flushable. I found out the hard way when flushable wipes caused a clog and flooded my house with sewage. It ended up costing me thousands of dollars in damage and a big headache with the insurance company. It's safe to say our family will never flush a flushable wipe again, and instead put them where they belong, in the trash.
Welcome back to This Week in Clarksville. Well, everyone, meet Maggie May. She is a 4-year-old domestic short-haired cat with a laid-back personality. Isn't she cute? She loves belly rubs. Maggie May has been enjoying her stay at Montgomery County Animal Care and Control since August, but is wishing for her forever family to take her home. Maggie May is spayed and has a reduced adoption fee. We do hope Maggie May gets her wish very soon. Looking for something to do tonight or this weekend? Well, let's start off with this evening. Go ahead, make a drive out here to McGregor Park, park your car, and walk along the riverfront and check out the Christmas light display that's here. It is great to walk through the lights, but do be sure to bundle up. Also tonight, you have the first art walk of the month in downtown Clarksville happening from 5 until 8. Be sure to stop by River City Clay and meet up with photographer Tony Santanzi. He will be on hand there with some of his pieces, his photographs. They're phenomenal. Speaking of Tony, we do have that grand total of what was raised from the fundraising event. And again, this money is going to go to the Empty Bowls Project. Well, that evening raised $4,301. Amazing. Way to go on that fundraising event. And again, that money going to nonprofit organizations here in our area, being Loaves and Fishes, the Food Initiative, and Urban Ministries. So tomorrow night on Friday, join the Clarksville Dance Club. They're at the Pinnacle. You can join them for their Winter Wonderland dance. The dance will include beginner dance lessons from 7 to 8 and then more dancing from 8 to 10. Admission is $7 and all they ask is that you bring a snack for the group. And then don't forget, Saturday evening you have the lighted Christmas parade here in downtown Clarksville. As mentioned earlier in the show, you want to go ahead and get that parking spot early because the parade will begin at 5 o'clock and it will definitely fill up here in downtown Clarksville. And then lastly, I would love to wish my great grandmother-in-law a happy 101st birthday. This is Verna. She is again turned 101 this week. So wishing you a very happy birthday and sending all of our love your way. Thanks so much for joining us for This Week in Clarksville on this Thursday. Have a blessed weekend. Stay safe. See you next week.
Thank you for watching this week's episode of This Week in Clarksville. We'll see you next time.